Hey everybody, it's Bust, continuing our playthrough of the Path of Champions. Today, we are doing battle with Vi, and we're up on her level 1-star quest, A Day on the Beat. And so, in terms of our Vi, we do have the 2-star Vi at this point, but she is still at champion level 1. So with her 2-star power, she gets +1 starting mana. At the start of the game, she draws 2 cards that cost 2 or less, and then at the round start, you give your strongest ally +0, +1, and impact. Again, in terms of the champion level, she's only level 1. And then with the relics, as it goes with these expensive champions, I like to have things that either let you cheat on mana or let you impact the board right away. And so since we don't have access to things like Stalker's Blade down here at level 1, we're going with the Lost Chapter to refill her spell mana as soon as she's played. And so, with that being that, let's get ourselves into battle. Hit up this level 1 quest against Caitlyn. The arcane storyline, if you will, the old Vi and Caitlyn quest. Maybe Jinx will make an appearance, who knows? Who knows? But okay. Oh, we picked up an epic here in the beginning. When you summon an ally, deal 1 to the enemy nexus. That's fine. Once we're down here on the early lower level quests, these 1 damage to the nexus is much more impactful than it is, say, when we're up against Galio, and the various champions will have 40 and 50 health each. But as we're down here battling champions with only 10 health, things like explosive entrance are pretty good. And so as the quests go on and we get to the higher difficulties, I would rather start with something like Hold It Out. But here in the beginning, I'm okay to start with explosive entrance. Okay, on to the veteran investigator. No powers, vanilla as it gets. Okay, so I'm just going to start with the 1-drops and 2-drops if we can. I know we're going to pick up a 2-drop, but we want to stay as close to the early curve as we can. These astute academics are going to work fantastic starting next turn. Once they're on board and we're drawing 3 cards a turn, it's a little bit easier for them to get in the extra damage. All right, but this one should be over in pretty short order.
You want tanks? You want burners? Huh?
I want tanks and I want burners.
What seems to be the problem? I brought my books. Hope that's all right.
Friend of Avon Barksdale, running around Baltimore, buying all of the burner phones. Someone out there will get our dope references. That one shouldn't be that hard, right? Everyone's pretty familiar with The Wire. Oh, is her ability only at the beginning of the game? I thought these astute academics were going to get boosted every turn, but we only drew 1 card that time. Must be it's just at the beginning of the game. Let me double check with Vi and how her ability works. But on to this next piece. Ooh, these cards are all expensive. Let's try to find something cheap. Zenith Blade. It's okay, I guess. It kind of works with Vi. And let me check that ability real quick. Round start. Here we go. Game start. Draw 2 cards that cost 2 or less. So it only happens 1 time. Okay. Gotcha. And in terms of these, everything is pretty expensive. Let's just give this another reroll. See if we can't find a cheaper set of units. And both Sivir and Draven fit the bill. I'm just going to go with the Sivir here. Not really a matter of preference or anything. It's just the one that we're going to choose. And so, all right, heading to the Plaza Guardian. I want to get to the healer to cut a card out of our deck. So, game start, foe creates a Plaza Guardian in hand. Absolutely. We can handle that. Who wants to take a wager that we can end the game before the Plaza Guardian hits the board? Who wants to do it? Any takers? Any betters? I'm going for it. I'm saying it. We can do it. All right, we'll start with the Investigator. We maybe should have gone with the Apprentice. It's like I was looking to get a Mystic Shot going, but now that we've started to draw more 1-drops and stuff, I'm kind of interested in just not playing the Apprentice. But let's get it down. I mean, can we just lethal this turn? What's this? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14? Yeah, planned it that way. We'll have to remember that interaction in our future rounds. That's why I picked Sivir. I knew we were going to be using Eager Apprentice plus the Waking Sands. I knew it. You all probably had it in your head first, but now that I've seen it, I know we can do it. Excellent. Okay, any upgrades? I'll just go with the Yordle Squire. Another 1-drop for the mix. Just try and end this as fast as we can. Can we cut Vi as a card? Just get the most expensive one out of our deck? Nope. Alright, well the Chumpwump can go. I don't really want to add more champions to our deck, and so I'm going to come down here to the bottom and go to the item chest. Sivir costs 4, Vi costs 5. We're just never going to play any of them in any of these games, and so I don't really see a reason to add any more of them to our deck. Okay, I'm just going to get rid of everything that doesn't cost 1. Poro Cannon kind of fits the bill, but I would rather have actual 1-cost units and then have the Poro Cannon just kind of be filler. Alright. Seriously beering in the booms now. Okay, alright. We know what we can do with our Eager Apprentice now, right? That gives us the mana to come out and start summoning the Waking Sands, and so we'll play it. We'll pay it a little bit more respect these days. We'll discard Vi. That's going to be her best usage in this one. I guess we are going to play Sivir, right? So that kind of counts. I didn't suspect we were going to play any of the champions in this one, but she can make the cut. Alright, here comes the squad. Deal with this, Sting Officer. Getting them for neg 17. Pretty good. Pretty good.
Blood or gold, I always get my share.
Blood or gold. I always get my share. So intimidating, Sivir. Why do you have to be so mean? Okay, on to the item chest. Here, I don't really want any of this. I'll take the assembly line because we can cast it with spell mana, but I don't think we'll ever be casting it. On to the item chest. More Eager Apprentices. Okay. +1/+1. Become a dragon. Not that bad. What do we got? Round start grand. The weakest enemy 1/1. That's not great, but fine. It's better than all of these. This is definitely not a world where we're going to be playing Piercing Darkness. So we'll take the battlefield training. Come on out here. Cut our most expensive card. Assembly line. You trod. And on to Caitlyn.
I'm on the case.
So the foe's units have Nexus Strike, Plant a Flashbang Trap. Got it. Okay, so you know what we're doing. We're going to hang on to these 1-drops, shuffle everything else away, look for more 1s and 2s. We found our Eager Apprentice, but no Mystic Shots, no Waking Sands. Oh, this is going to be a struggle.
Putting study into practice.
Yeah, you're getting scared already. Let's go ahead and drop a Laser Beam. Laser Kitty coming at you. You should definitely be scared now. This has been a bit of a tough draw. I mean, we had to bank a mana. We didn't get everything happening to our units here. Like, yeah. Hope we have enough lethal here.
On the trail.
Alright, that should do it. I was worried it was going to go beyond turn 3. You know. But alright, GG. And so we'll have some more interesting Vi battles in the future. She's a kind of interesting champion in the sense that on the One Piece, you don't really need any more expensive cards once you start adding Vi to your deck. But there's definitely like better top end, right? She's not like the end all be all of top end. We see her get a lot of usage in constructed, but that typically lands in the kind of space to where you can either give her overwhelm or you can give her elusive. And so if you do plan to make these decks to where Vi is just going to be your top end, you need to kind of figure out a way to get down and ensure that she can deal some damage. But otherwise, you can kind of run out here and mess up your curve, right? Since you do have this game start, draw a bunch of cheap cards. So you never really find yourself in that space to be like, oh, well, I have a really tough time playing on curve today because I just didn't draw anything. She kind of fixes your draws and gives you a little bit of leeway in the deck construction. But whenever I have a deck with an expensive champion, I just assume that expensive champion is going to be all we need, and then I just look for cheaper things otherwise. But again, the big thing with Vi, if you can give her overwhelm or if you can give her elusive, she's much more effective than counting on her 5 damage strike thing to be dealing damage to your opponents. But with that being that is going to do it for us today. And so hope everyone enjoyed the video. You have yourselves a good one out there.